Hey guys, Jim here. Just wanted to go over the Haversack that I've been using the last couple months. It's by Tuff Possum gear. It's been in the last two videos that I did. I really like this piece of kit. I'll go through my loadout that I've been using. Holds a lot of gear, a lot more than you'd expect. It's called the Minimalist Haversack. You can get one on Etsy or on Instagram from Tuff Possum gear. So real quick, we'll just do a run through of some of the stuff that I've been putting in this Haversack here. So one of the things I noticed recently on YouTube is that a lot of the gear review videos that I've been seeing, people have not spent a lot of time with the kit. Maybe it's their initial impressions. Not really a big fan of that. I think I'd rather hear about something that's been used for a while. So I spent a few months using this Haversack here, and really liking it so far. When I'm running it, usually just quick woods outings, but the nice thing about it is it packs up extremely thin. You could throw it in a large backpack, bring it with you on a multi-day trip, which I'm a big fan of. So we'll go into it a little bit more detail here. So axe I'm running today in the woods, just Beaver Creek Woodcraft Chicken Hawk. It's a modified plumb hatchet, really nice convex grind on it. I don't actually throw this in the Haversack. It's very easy to just tie some paracord up on your axe and very quickly just throw that over your shoulder. So no reason to fill up your Haversack with an axe for no reason. Outside of the Haversack, normally just clipping my gloves on here. Also just got a Kuxa that I carved up a couple months back. So hook that onto it, hook the gloves on. Very quick, very easy. The thing I like a lot about this kit, it has a sliding adjustable buckle on it, which is very cool. So I can slide it down there if I want to really yank that down as far as I can. And if I'm putting more gear in the Haversack, I can slide it up to the top and no problem, can hold lots of gear. I loaded this out with quite a bit of stuff today, more so than I probably do on just a day trip, just to give an idea of what things it can hold in here. So we'll go through that now. Inside contents of this kit: throw the axe to the side, throw the glove to the side. All right, so we open this guy up. First thing, always throw a poncho in there. Bushcraft Outfitters poncho, 5x7, has paracord in here, also some titanium tent stakes, so really quick, can throw up a shelter. Should take no more than 2 minutes in case for some reason there's a terrible storm or something like that. Also doubles as rain gear, also doubles as a ground sheet if you needed that. Another little Tuff Possum product that I like to use a lot is his multi-purpose survival scarf. Basically it looks like a giant king-size pillow that you can also double as a backpack. I'll probably do a video on that again in the future. Most of the time I'm using this, you get sweaty, wipe your face off. Also really good for if I'm harvesting something like fat wood, I'll fill this up with fat wood, throw it over my shoulder. Really good for catching wood shavings if you're making feather sticks, making a fire. So really cool piece of kit. Also keep you warm in the winter. Other contents here, got the Silky F100, probably my favorite small pocket saw. If you don't like the Gomboy, for instance, because it's too thin, this is a much thicker saw than the normal Silkies. You can tell, quite rigid compared to what some of the other ones are. So about the same size as a Laplander, and in my opinion it's way better. Another piece of kit always goes with me. Won't go into too much detail about it, but SIG P365 12 round magazine. I'm in the woods here. There's bear. I've seen 3 bear in the last month while I've been out here, so better safe than sorry in my opinion, but I'm in a state where I'm lucky enough to be able to carry something like that. So we'll continue on now. Got another Tuff Possum pouch here. This is his 8x10 center zip multicam. Very durable material. We'll go through the contents of that in a second here. Always got the heavy cover canteen and the cup. If you don't have one, this is probably the best piece of camp kit that you can get for cooking, for purifying water. Yes, they are expensive, but in the long run, you know, I see people with $300 knives who have, you know, kind of a crappy setup for water purification, and in my opinion, I'd rather spend the money once on something like this and never have to worry about it again. The only way this isn't going to last you a while is if you throw it against a rock or something stupid like that. But with normal use, it should hold up forever. This is actually seen, this is its 200th fire the other day, so, you know, needless to say, it's been holding on well. Another cool thing you could throw in this kit is one of those Thermarest Z-Sit pads. The Thermarest pads, they fold up, which is pretty cool. But if you fold this in half, it actually just slides right into this haversack, which I think is pretty awesome. And that's actually all I have in this haversack. So we'll go through the contents of the pouch here and go over that. Alright, so contents of my 8x10 Tuff Possum center zip. We'll go through that real quick here. First thing, got just a piece of fat wood. Always carry one of these with me. If you don't have any in your neighborhood, or, you know, the woods around you, go down to Lowe's or Home Depot, pick up a bag. I know it sounds stupid, but you know, I'd rather just have it. This, you know, I harvested myself, but for those of you who might live in an area where you can't find fat wood easily, you know, it's readily available in the store. Just really great for starting fires in the, you know, when it's wet out, or, you know, or when it's nice out. So lid to my heavy cover canteen in here. Got the Through Night TH20 headlamp. Really like this headlamp. Takes a AA battery, which you know, I appreciate the fact that you can actually find the damn batteries for this, so I always leave that in there. Got a 6-inch ferro rod. I don't like the short ones. You can get a really long strike off of a knife or multi-tool, whatever you're using. So, you know, these are on Amazon really cheap. I think the company is called Baylight. And I got 3 of these spool cards here from Tuff Possum Gear. I believe they're made by Sagewood Leatherworks, but very cool. I keep about 20 foot of paracord on here. Sometimes I'll tie my axe over my shoulder with it. Got some size 36 tarred bank line here. Very, very useful. And some jute twine. Can also use this for fire starting material, for bow drill set, or flint and steel. If I find a piece of quartz, you know, start a fire that way. Very good in you know, wet conditions to have some dry tinder with you. Also got a knife here from Plainsman Knives. This is his Orient Micro. I'll definitely do a video on this thing. Very, very cool knife. Extremely sharp 01 steel. He's a custom knife maker. Very cool dude. He's on Bushcraft USA forums, if you're on there. His name is Chris Hughes, but you can also find him on Instagram. Another thing I bring with me a lot is this Anchor power core, and also the just one of those iPhone chargers. People don't like to talk about you know, bringing your phone with you and stuff when you're in the woods, but this is super important. This is probably the most important thing that I carry. If my phone runs out of battery, you know, I have this with me. So, you know, I recommend always carrying one of these. I brought this on a 4-day trip to the Adirondacks a couple weeks ago here. Actually, about 2 months ago, I should say. But I charged my phone 4 times on this, and it was still at 50% battery afterwards. So, always bring one of those with me. Then I got one of these little Tuff Possum stretchy pouches here. It's called his Pocket Possibles pouch, and this one's pretty cool. I just carry a Swiss Army farmer's knife. has an awl on it, some other cool things, a little saw. I always carry a little plastic bag with a lighter and some Yuko lifeboat matches. So now I've got 3 forms of fire starting with me. And then also obviously could make a bow drill set. So no excuse why you can't start a fire with this, you know, that type of stuff. Got one of these little titanium whistles from Vargo, you know, in case I find a pretty girl out here who's trying to chase me down and I have to, you know, blow a whistle at her. Or also, you know, maybe a bear's coming after me and I gotta blow a whistle or get lost or what have you. Also carry up this backup flashlight. It's the Phoenix EO1. You know, pretty cool little flashlight. Takes a AAA battery. I think this battery's lasted me about 4 years now, which is pretty insane. You know, last resort. Also have the battery on my phone too. So, and this big thing. So I could use the flashlight off my phone with this for probably, I don't know, at least 4 hours if I ever got lost. So, you know, having light I think is really important. But yeah, that's all I got in this kit. The haversack itself, very cool. Sliding buckle, which I really like. I mean, the thing folds up to absolutely nothing, which is awesome. But I'd pick one up if you can. The stitch work that he does on this thing is absolutely incredible. Really, really high quality. I've seen some other handmade stuff from some other companies that stitch work is just not there in my opinion. For something that's going to be in the woods, you want quality. And you know, I know Jay Barry a little bit, the kid who's making these, and he really knows what he's doing. So final takeaway on this haversack, it's $65 right now at the time of the video on Etsy. That's extremely cheap for something that's custom made like this. I think you're going to be hard pressed to find a, you know, boutique brand haversack for under the $100 mark. I know Jay Barry a little bit, and you know, he puts a lot of time into these. The stitch work is phenomenal. The piping that he does around the outside, no frays on his work. If you go inside it and pull it inside out, I mean, there's no loose strings hanging, you know, things like that. This is gonna last you a lifetime. It fits bigger guys. I'm about, you know, 230 pounds and 5'10". So, you know, if it fits me, it's gonna fit somebody smaller than me. I have a friend who's about 6'4". He has one of these and it fits him very well. So I think for the majority of us, you're gonna be able to fit, you know, in this haversack and, you know, be able to wear it nicely. I think he's also gonna be making a extra large version, like with an extra large strap. So for, you know, our really big guys, you could definitely get one of those. And you know, Jay Barry, he answers his messages very regularly on Instagram. So you know, if you're a heavier person, you know, man or woman, and you want to message him about it, I'm sure he could make you something larger. Definitely going to be keeping up with some of the other Tuff Possum gear that's coming out. I know that he has plans for making some different products that I won't get into because, you know, that's his personal stuff for him to release. But yeah, he's got some plans in the works for some different things that I'm excited about. And I think you know, if you're looking for something in woods colors, you know, olive green or multicam gray, this is going to be something that's great for using in the woods, not drawing a lot of attention to yourself. If you're a hunter, maybe you just don't like to have, you know, flaming red gear or, you know, bright purple when you're in the woods. Who would have thought, right? But you know, it's tough to find stuff like that. So, you know, when there's a company that's coming out with gear and colors that are, you know, more neutral, I'm always looking at those options. So yeah, holds quite a bit of kit, and I think the smaller size, you know, it really makes you pick and choose what you're going to bring with you instead of, you know, bringing the whole kitchen sink. Realistically, I could probably do an overnighter out of this if I just tied up a wool blanket and threw it over my shoulder, and I probably will do a video on that in the future. So yeah, we'll we'll definitely keep everybody updated on some of the new products that are coming out. I know I'm always posting stuff on Instagram about it. So if you haven't checked out Jay Barry's work, give him a follow on Instagram, and yeah, check out his work, and definitely be doing more product review videos in the future on some different things. We'll definitely be doing a video on this chicken hawk soon from Beaver Creek Woodcraft, made by Matthew Justice. You know, definitely my favorite my favorite axe restorer. So we'll do a video on that for sure, just to do a close-up of the Haversack strap. Very thick 2-inch strap here, really durable. I got mine slid down about as far as it'll go, and you know, I'm not in any jeopardy of being too big for this. Fits me pretty well. So if you're, you know, a bit broader guy or gal, I think this will fit you pretty well. One of the nice things about this kit as well is opening this up with one hand is very easy, and you can even close it with one hand if it's not so loaded out like that. So yeah, definitely keep Jay Barry's kits in mind, and thanks for watching.